Paul has a great burden for the people of his own race, the Jews. He was very burdened, he was very concerned about their destiny and them as individuals. He said they're Israelites. He was an Israelite also. And to them belong the adoption. The people of Israel, the nation of Israel was taken to be the people of God. God chose them. God chose them. And he was going to use them to reveal himself to the world and bring in the Messiah. To them belong the adoption. That's what he's saying. They were adopted as the people of God. And also the glory. The glory of God, the Shekinah glory of God was manifested in Israel. That's why no one can get into the tabernacle, into the Holy of Holies, where the Ark of God was and the mercy seat. God dwelt there. This is an amazing truth. God was in the midst of his people. The glory of God was there. The covenants, we have the covenant to Abraham, the Abrahamic covenant, the Noahic covenant. We've got the covenant was given to Jacob, and most of all the Mosaic covenant through Moses at Mount Sinai. We've got all these covenants. The Davidic covenant that was given to the nation of Israel. God's got all these covenants lined up with them. The giving of the law, the 10 commandments and all the 613 laws given to Moses. The worship, various aspects of ceremonial worship, rituals and things like that. You know, the sacrifices and things that they would do, Day of Atonement, a Passover. They would gather to worship God, to worship, and the promises, all the promises that were given to Israel. And we read them in the Old Testament because God is a God of promises. And all his promises, they are yea and amen. So, and he showed us that he fulfilled those promises. So all of these great things Israel had going for it, and it still has going for it today. He says, to them belong also the patriarchs. You start with Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, all the fathers of the faith. To them belong the patriarchs. They're all Israelites. So no person who can be a Christian today can say, well, I don't appreciate or value the Jews because the Christianity came out of Judaism. Jesus was Jewish. To them belong the patriarchs. And from their race, as he says here, according to the flesh is the Christ, who is God over all, blessed forever. Amen. So Jesus is Jewish. He was Jewish. When he came into this world, he came as a Jew. We read into his genealogies in the book of Matthew and Luke, and it goes to all the forefathers of Jesus, extending to David, extending all the way to Abraham and so on. So Jesus was Jewish. So here we've got Israel got all these things going for it. But what happened? And we'll pick that up tomorrow.